Good night again, fellow punters. Now we're talking half 11. We're going grand there, and we had Doncaster done, and I had one given for Wolverhampton tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And the next thing, a thing flashed there, it said the disc was full. But before I started, it had said I had 35 minutes free to do what I wanted, but it only lasted 12. So I deleted some stuff, but I can't. I was going into documents and I don't know how, but I will get that done tomorrow. So I might have enough to do this. This is just Cheltenham only. So we will see. I gave two for Doncaster tomorrow, one for Wolverhampton, and I was just starting the 12:10 at Cheltenham, which is the Triumph Trial. Now, there's two from the one colours there. We were on Ambiente, Amigo the last time in Newbury, and the ground could have been a major factor in that getting beaten, because the time it ran well before, the ground was good when it hosed up, and all the other races it was good to soft. That was the only time it ran on soft. I didn't like it at all. And now the favourite, Lavender Hill Mob, I think this likes heavy ground more so than the ground is going to encounter tomorrow. When you look at it, that it ran a special race on the flat nearly there, which is heavy ground and good ground. The last day it didn't travel on it. It drifted from 1 to 8 to 2 to 7, and it didn't run well at all. So I'd be happy if the 8 stays there to go each way with Ambient Amigo to get back on track. On to the 12:40, staying Novice Chase. We have a bus horse in it, transmission. It's an each way bet at 6 to 1, but you'd be hoping that it could win for us, and we could dream about March. It could be aimed at the National Hunt Chase. Peaky Boy was impressive the last day, but was over 2.5. So it has to step up in trip tomorrow. It's a classy sort. It did win a pint to pint in Ireland before it went to Michael Scudamore. We were on what I can't remember. It was back in the pack anyway the last day. But we have to back transmission. It has won a couple of times for us before. Ran twice at the track at the trip. It was an off yard the first day against Highland, and yet it finished second. The handbrake was off, money was down the last day, and P.W. Mullins rang the trainer when he seen the entries on the Monday, because he knew that it had a chance, looking for the ride, and he got the ride. I actually went through all of this. That's him back here. I had all these done, recorded. I didn't know it stopped. I thought it was only giving me one. That's an each way bet tomorrow for us at 6 to 1. Might be no harm as well in the event that might be too classy for us. Maybe to do a reversed forecast. But we'll just see what he is without the fav. Three to 1. Could have a each way and without the favourite. I'll try and see tomorrow. Can we find out is he really fancied? The Mayor's Chase then tomorrow is at 1:13. The Skeletons have the favourite in this. Come Coco Mademoiselle. I thought an each way bet in the race at 15-2. If you can get it, it's 30-2 a lot of places. Realisation. After having wind surgery, it ran third and was a bit unlucky in Warwick. And then the last day, she's up against the boys that day. She made a bit of a mistake at the last. She was awful unlucky not to win, and she was put up £4 by the handicapper for her effort. She'll be coming on the rail in the green and whitish colour.
Holds it and over it again, jumps to the right slightly, but he's still continuing this decent pace here. Realisation looks like the danger emerging on the inside to go to a share of second with Away the Lad, who's battling on bravely. Diplomatic Ashes in the green and red in fourth. One more fence to go. Hurler on the ditch. In okay there from Realisation, who got in tight. And then Away the Lad on the near side is battling bravely, but it's Hurler on the ditch, who's been a run of seconds recently. He's trying to cling on here in the hands of Tom Bellamy. And Hurler on the ditch is going to get his head in front for the first time. He just lost it out.
She was very unlucky there. Now she has to improve her jumping. She wouldn't want to make that, or she'll be on her hole. In Cheltenham. Where are we here? We're onto the 150. We're on to the the big race of the day. All the money and all the talk in the last week is about Madeira. Used to be with Sophie Leach, won in Leopardstown last February. 5-year-old has never won this. 4-year-old has won it twice. Both French imports, Union East and Frodan for Paul Nichols. But there wouldn't be too many 5-year-olds probably haven't run in it. But 5-year-old from France is nearly like a 6-year-old. So it's rated 140. They actually dropped to the pound. Coming from France. It didn't do much in France. Well, it did win a couple of races. Won 3 races, sorry. I was looking at something else. Came from a very bad position the last day. Is this the run, is it? No. Came from back here. And I finished up in 4th. And he wasn't too busy on it, but it just ran on naturally for him. It come up along here and it comes up, finishes up in 4th. That's him there coming to the last. I don't want to play this because they'll probably object to it. But it finishes there, not that far behind. But I have an each way bet in this picked out before that horse ran. Grandeur D. This was 4th in the race last year, and it was £3 out of the handicap. Even though it's rated the same, it was rated 136. It's 136 again tomorrow. It started off last year. It won its prep run in Wetherby. Hosed up. Then it ran this, and this year it ran in the same. That was in the decent run, but it was up at the pace. And if you look at El Radisho was back behind it.
As they go over 3
that went on to win the Paddy Power.
Is the King of Right who jumped in 3rd. La Domiel looks held
and then Sansegal and Il Ridotto over the second last, and it is Grandeur D who leads now by about a length to Garlaw against the far side rail. The King of Ryhope produced towards the near side over the final fence. Grandeur D jumps it really well, quick away, leads by 2 lengths to the King of Ryhope, and then Garlaw, who is trying to rally. Grandeur D being driven out, still leads by 2.5, racing up towards the line. It is Grandeur D who wins.
I love horses that they know at the start of the year where they're going. Target train for the race. He's carrying the same weight as last year, but he's in the handicap. He's riding. He's on his correct weight. He's a 10-to-1 shot. Playing 4 places at some of the bookies there. They got 10s, 4 places, and a reverse forecast, 8 and 11. A reverse forecast. This will be up with sort of the pace you'd imagine. Last year's race, 2 of them was out in front, and this was in 3rd place a lot of the way. I finished 4th, so it's only a 7-year-old, 8-year-old targeted for the race. This one could be coming to the last in 3rd or 4th, and actually could catch him. But I'm doing this at 10s and an each way forecast with those 2. Sort of a safety net. There's a race here, a handicap chase over 2 miles. Liberty Hunter, I think it needs softer ground. Long time followers will remember we were on it the first time it ran over in Chepstow, do you remember? And it was actually going to win, and it took off about 400 yards from the fence and fell. First time in Chepstow, and then we didn't go on it the next twice, and it hosed up, and it was second in a lucky sort of a second in Cheltenham last year. But a horse that I gave a good shout out to the last day, and I was saying we should put in a reverse forecast, Issar D. A lot of shit went wrong for it. I think it was up a small field tomorrow. I think it'll suit it. Freddie Mitchell. Niall Hounahan rode the last year. Mitchell was on it the time before. It was a bit unlucky not to beat Matador and that one after again. I'm going to do that tomorrow. That's what I suggest. And the 3 o'clock then is the Albert Bartlett. Novices Hurdle. There's a fringe horse over here. It's hard to what is stepping up and trip. First time run for Cheltenham. It was second the last time to a Sean Mulryan owned horse that won again afterwards, a chase. So it could be anything sort of. The horse that'll be out in front is the one going for 7 in a row, Skyjack, Hijack. It'll come on leaps and bounds. It's rated 138 now, is it? And it was 97 when it got itself in the winner's enclosure. It'll be out in front. It has won over the trip and farther before. Western Knight, I thought, didn't beat a lot the last day. The Clontarf General is one win under his belt. Skyjack, Hijack, it'd be the choice, and I would be surprised. I don't know what this will do. Because it was behind a decent horse. That ain't got wings of Mulryan's is not too bad. And that one again after. But the step up and trip is an unknown. But jump well enough that horse, but you can see that he's right away to 152. The last race then tomorrow is the Mayor's Handicap Hurdle. Talking horse for this has been Joyeuse, open up 3-1. It's into, you get 2s in a lot of places, still 94. Depends on the position of the handbrake. You'd imagine back against its own sex, handbrake would be off. Won a flat race in France, one of their bumpers, and beat Tutti Quante, giving it weight, and that went off rated 125. So if you call that 125 winning, and this is only 119, and it gave it what, £6. So you can do the maths as well. Looks to be sort of well in. That's the last of them, isn't it? Now we'll get this into the oven and see what it. I put in a bowl of custard with it, or on top of it or something. See what's going on. Bash the bookies over and out.